Welcome to the new millennium, the 21st century. Expectations are high, and we've got quite the werewolves to go through. I'm Monster Master Arthur. Are you on board? You've made it this far. You get through this, and you shall be deemed a movie werewolf expert. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. The 2000s. Alvin and the Chipmunks meet the Wolfman. 2000. What better way to start this modern age than with an animation? The Wolfman looks good, nice and thick, with an outfit barely struggling to stay on, yet suiting him rather well. Ginger Snaps, 2000. What can I say? I love the monstrous Canis type werewolves here. That plus just being a great flick makes it no wonder why there are so many fans of Ginger Snaps. Must see. Oh, and why I like this werewolf so much? The sinewy body lacking in much fur, and that frightening face. Oh my! Monster Mash, 2000. The Wolfman werewolf here is nothing special. It's not particularly monstrous or unique. I'd want more from such a title. Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust, 2000. Now this werewolf is awesome. Monstrous? For sure. Vampire Hunter D did it again, and this time double-mouthed. Blood of the Werewolf, 2001. Very low budget with what appears to be a partial mask work. If you're surprised to see this in the 21st century, don't be. Plenty more to come. Le Pacte de Loup, also known as Brotherhood of the Wolf, 2001. This French movie doesn't exactly feature a werewolf, though the theme is very strong within. I just know that if this film weren't added here, I'd hear about it in the comments. Let's just deem this beastie a permanent monstrous canis, for now. Miss Werewolf, 2001. And what did I tell you with that previous very low budget film? Just when you thought we wouldn't mention even lower budgeted movies, here you go. Not just that, but even less inspired. Wolf Girl, 2001. Obviously higher in budget, and the Wolf Girl looks good. A lady with lots of facial hair. The best part? It's the third female werewolf thus far already, hence it's great to see the decade sharing equal love so early on. Bites the Werewolf Chronicles, 2002. Back we go to low budget. Although in this case I will say, though stiff and obvious, that mask is kinda cool. Dog Soldiers, 2002. Another werewolf must-see classic. Great monsters here. These werewolves come with a rather slender form underneath the shoulder-chest region, but love them or hate them, it's a rather stylistic, unique look. Anubis, anyone? LYCANTHROPE, 2002. A man thinking he's become a werewolf. The first of these feral man type stories in the 2000s era. The Feral Man, 2002. And here we have our second clinical lycanthropy case. Seemingly even lower in budget, definitely lesser in rating. Wolves of Wall Street, 2002. So here we have a whole other level of feral man / woman. I'd say a semi-hominid type of creature. Refer to our types of werewolves video for terms used here. These people are beyond just believing they are lycanthropes. They embody some such actual characteristics, which adds just that little to the entertainment of the lore. Big Fish, 2003. Danny DeVito going full wolf form. Enough said. Good movie. Chimera, also known as The Werewolf Cult Chronicles Chimera, 2003. We don't see much of the creature in this small project, but we do know it has white fur and black claws. Dark Wolf, 2003. There's a mix of CGI and practical effect werewolf here. The CGI portion straggling far behind the practical ones in quality. Actually, at times they are bad enough to run the film completely to the ground. The female's looking alright. Then Sphere, 2003. An obvious lower-end budget production, but it seems no expense provided was spared on the werewolf. Not bad. Exhumed, 2003. These weird, long-eyebrowed creations are, well, ugly. And not the good kind either. Plastic Man, 2003. This Filipino film features a very monstrous and very furry wolfman. It's nothing remarkable, but it's nice to see the love of this creature spreading internationally. Space Wolf, 2003. Make of the title what you will. All I can say is the wolfie here is quite the squatchy one. Yes, Bigfoot with a maw full of gnarly fangs. The Tenement, 2003. Some cheap practical effect work here. Could be worse. Tomb of the Werewolf, 2003. Paul Naschy. Does he ever give up? Obviously not, nor does the aged Wolfman theme he embodies. Underworld, 2003. The Lycans. Something a little different here, played out by some CGI and some practical. All in all, high budget work, full of buff beasties and adrenaline. What can I say? They look great. Werewolf Tales, 2003, and here we have it. Let me ask you Monsterites, is this enough for you, or does it depend on the movie's quality and plot? Let me know. Curse of the Wolf, 2004. Utilizing a mask with a permanently open mouth, a faux fur coat that's not even tucked into the pants, but hangs about like a jacket and something obviously not part of the body. Everything here screams not only low budget, but low effort as well. Is it forgivable? Evil Deeds, 2004. Another movie with a much better title than Werewolf Within, and in this case, it's not even a great title. Ginger Snaps 2, Unleashed, 2004. A bit different, but still a cool werewolf design when comparing to the original Ginger Snaps. It's also quadrupedal, but with more fur and wolfish face. Still pretty awesome, especially for a second installment. Ginger Snaps Back, The Beginning, 2004, and here's the third installment. A bit of a different film than the first two, but it sure has some great stuff in it, such as more werewolves. Appearance-wise, they follow up well to Ginger Snaps 2, and may even sport more design details. Admirable work. Halloween Town 3, Halloween Town High, 2004. We got the nose, the long hair, and... okay, those ears look really bad. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, 2004. A full CGI work of quality here. This being more or less part of a family movie series, the werewolf is less intimidating and robust, but that didn't take away from the realism behind the design. I Tre Volti del Terror, also known as The Three Faces of Terror, 2004. Other than the costume being a bit stiff, the concept looks wicked and I'd like to see more. How fun would it be to wear that at Monsterpalooza? Also, nice digitigrade touch there. Kibakichi, 2004. From Italy, we teleport to Japan, and from werewolf to wolfman, but don't mistaken me, he's just as intense as one. Overall, not bad, but something we could have seen 30 years prior. Kibakichi 2, 2004. So soon after Kibakichi, there's not much in an improvement on the creature design, although we do have a female werewolf here. It's just sort of fun watching them duke it out. Roma Santa, The Werewolf Hunt, 2004. From Japan, we travel west to Spain. Nothing more than a full wolf form here. At least a bit of effort was put into the transformation though. The Lunar Pack, 2004. The wolf people here are certainly not groundbreaking, but for an hour-long cheap production, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better effects work. The Werewolf Solution, 2004. As a comedy short created for a competition, there is not much negative you can really say about the monster here. I mean, at least its lower jaw actually moves. Obviously, it falls very short of many higher budget creations. Van Helsing, 2004. A popular fan favorite. The werewolves of Van Helsing are ferocious, unstoppable, well-designed creatures. Although fully CGI, the presentation is quality and takes full advantage of the technology. To this point, and probably still beyond, details such as facial and other muscle movements have not yet been presented to this level practically. But again, beyond that, the werewolves just look right. Huzzah! Cursed, 2005. There are fairly clean, big, bad, fuzzy werewolves in this one, and they look better than alright. Also, Cursed gets some extra points for this werewolf dog. Mexican Werewolf in Texas, 2005. Quite the monstrous werewolf here, and considering the context, I have a feeling it may be Chupacabra inspired. Not bad for a TV film. O Coronel y el Lobisomem, 2005. Though the werewolf scene is quite brief and the CGI not at its best, the beast looks crazed with a touch of human. Nice. The Beast of Bray Road, 2005. He's a beefy wolfie, but something is just lacking here, and cool as green eyes can be, they only add to the phoniness here. The Brothers Grimm, 2005. We have a full wolf form CGI creature here that has a great rabid look to it. The transformation sequence is pretty unique too. The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, 2005. You may have to pay extra attention to capture the canine-human hybrids here, and overall they're decent. Oh, and there are talking wolves too. The Werewolf Cult Chronicles, Monsters of the Purple Twilight, 2005. The scenes here are very brief and the creature itself very poorly done. What appeared to be legs of the werewolf seem to be shaped of only a few polygons, effort at its least. The Worst Horror Movie Ever Made, 2005. The effects practical but not much better than the previous flicks. Lobisomem na Amazonia, also known as A Werewolf in the Amazon, 2002. I appreciate the nostalgia and the look here and the slight advancements such as the contacts. Nothing great for the decade, but a good wolfman nonetheless. Also, Paul Nash. Vietnam, 1969, 2005. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing. Okay, so as soon as we see more of it, it gets worse. But I really commend the efforts that went into this very small project. Way ahead of probably dozens of other bare-boned finance films listed here. I'd like to see what these creators would do with some serious cash. Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Wer-Rabbit, 2005. Just a fun insert here which won't be receiving much time due to it being a wer-rabbit, not wolf. And let it be known there are many other films out there with wer hybrids of other animals such as tigers, and they will not be listed here. Werewolf in Bangkok, 2005. So, it's a wolfman here, but he looks pretty awesome. That is until you see it for prolonged periods. And then you have this, which is just silly. Wild Country, 2005. Pretty interesting quadrupedal take here along with this very endearing pup. Ah, well done. An Erotic Werewolf in London, 2006. Full adult erotic flick here with costume design no worse or better than one probably would expect. In the nature of it all, the werewolves aren't the only fake looking things here. Big Bad Wolf, 2006. A fully costumed freaky wolfman here and I love him. Let's just gawk at this one for a moment. Bloods vs. Wolves, 2006. Yeah, what would you expect with a title like that? At least the design isn't contrived on these hominid type werewolves. Creature of the Night, 2006. A crazed low-par creation. Probably better we don't see more of it. Full Moon Massacre, 2006. Oh no, we can't allow for much more screen time for this here than just this. What's with the eye? Fail. Horrors of War, 2006. Barely any wolf traits here. Lycan Colony, 2006. Terrible quality movie. So bad that comparing the werewolf to it, it's actually not all that bad. Lycanthropy, 2006. People believing themselves to be werewolves. Or are they werewolves? Anyways, nothing to see here. Skinwalkers, 2006. Finally, a movie with this title, and the humanoid monsters within are really quite commendable. Should I say I'm impressed? I do like them for sure. Great work on both genders. The Feeding, 2006. I like the size, but my enthusiasm quickly dropped seeing how stiff the mask was. Too bad. Totally Awesome, 2006. Just another low-budget wolf person. Underworld Evolution, 2006. In this second Underworld installment, we have not only lycans, but true werewolves, true totally rad, superb werewolves. That makes me question, if we were to nitpick here, where do you Monsterites think improvements could be made? Also, as far as Underworld goes, lycans or werewolves, what say you? Werewolf in a Woman's Prison, 2006. Overall, not a bad costume design at all, especially for this level of film. Could do without the glowing eyes though. Wolfica, 2006. Not much can be found on this one, but really, need we see more? Estimated budget, $5,000. Blood and Chocolate, 2007. Full wolf form, shapeshifters here. Lots of canines in this one, folks. Cold-Blooded, 2007. Just goofy. Well, the werewolves themselves are just poor, uninspired attempts. Thank me later for saving you the time. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, 2007. Full dog form. We're dog here. Hellboy Animated, Blood and Iron, 2007. Decent monster here, but nothing special as far as animation or design. Hybrid, 2007. Necessary note to be made, a story of mental lycanthropy here and transplanted wolf eyes. Nature of the Beast, 2007. Clearly not top-notch, but really the design work here is nice. Necroville, 2007. Wolf people? Let's not waste our time. The Lycanthrope, 2007. Not much visible, low budget, probably best to keep it so. Trick or Treat, 2007. Absolutely awesome scene in this one. If only we could see the werewolves more and more of them. In short, wonderful, true werewolf forms here. Werewolf the Devil's Hound, 2007. Low budget, seen worse, and seen many better. Animals, 2008. The effects here are weak, but we could add a point or two for originality. Curse of the Wolf, 2008. Nothing impressive here. Mask and full body costume. Design-wise, it's okay. Never Cry Werewolf, 2008. Great looking, very dark werewolf. The quality of the effects aren't way up there, but the conception and happenings in the movie totally make up for it. What do you think? Is this a must-see? Ski Wolf, 2008. Seems like another tightly financed, small fun project. Not a terrible Wolfman mask, but starting to get tired of seeing all these lowly attempts. The Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian, 2008. The Wolfie is looking good here in both his practical and CGI forms. I wouldn't expect any less from this level of production. I think with him I would have liked to have seen some kind of break in the monotony of the fur, maybe some stripes or slight coloration shifts. Twilight, 2008, and what many have either been waiting for or not been waiting for. Either way, the series has begun. Sorry, no wolf forms in this one yet, just a counterpart, human forms. Blood Moon Rising, 2008. Among the hominid forms here, we do have this fully furred wolf person. I take that back, she's certainly not fully furred, just has lots of long hair on her freaky head. Cirque du Freak, The Vampire's Assistant, 2009. Nice overall work here, and although I like the difference in the face's appearance, I don't find it to be a very attractive look in any sense. Maybe it's the choice of keeping the humanoid ears and forward-facing eyes. This may be a good thing though, plus the amounts of effort that went into this do shine through. Dark Moon Rising, 2009. Here we have a lichen-looking werewolf with a lot of CGI involved. The creature sculpt is actually pretty good, although it lacks in the animation and rendering department. With a $3 million supposed budget, what do you think? Good, fair, or bad? Death Hunter, Werewolves vs. Vampires, 2009. Another full CGI work here under a very limited budget. Again, the sculpt / design itself is good, it's in everywhere else that it lacks. Hammer of the Gods, 2009. We do have some variety in this one. Overall, I think I would have liked to have seen the hybrids bulkier and more intimidating. The maws are looking good. The pants remaining on took more away from looking terrorizing, and the CGI full canis form was poor. But this is, after all, Vikings versus werewolves. So should one really complain much? Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, 2009. A hominid-type werewolf here, meaning not much to distinguish it from regular human apart from some behaviorisms, attributes, and visual features which are usually somewhere upon the face. All in all, a good example of a hominid. House of the Wolfman, 2009. This Wolfman looks wonderful, especially in this classic black and white render. He's rough, he's tough, and the movement act on all fours is great. Neo Wolf, 2009. A hominid here with some facial differences such as pronounced ridges, fangs, and a gnarly nose. The Haunted World of El Superbeasto, 2009. A brown animated basic werewolf here. Rob Zombie, if there's a next time, you owe us more. The Twilight Saga, New Moon, 2009. So here we first see the shapeshifted forms. They are fully CGI, giant or dire wolves. The quality is good, but it would still be great seeing some in practical effect format. Timo Rose's Beast, 2009. Well, it's a beastly man, type of werewolf, hominid. Nothing to howl at here. Underworld Rise of the Lycans, 2009. Lots of wonderful lycans and true werewolves here. Gorgeous and ferocious, well done Underworld artists. Werewolves, 2009. Borderline hominid wolf people here, especially the female considering how close to wolf her face is with a smooth pale skin. Next, Werewolf Fever, 2009. Confusing wolfman appearance with actually a huge cranium. It's different, not sure if we should spend more time on it or less. Nah, we must reserve it for the best of the best. This list is enormous. Werewolf Trouble, 2009. Wolfman, well, for a 7-minute short, not too bad. Let's move on. Werewolves, The Dark Survivors, 2009. Somewhat grungy look on the Wolfman here. This is a fake documentary and you know how monster renders get in those. Yeah, not good. But this one, not so bad. Wolf's Bane, 2009. Concept works, a pleasing overall werewolf. The quality in the costume/practical effects is clearly not there, hence brief footage is present. And well, that's the way to go. Zombie Werewolves Attack, 2009. And yes, there is actually an exclamation mark in the title. The flick is full of wolf person rubber masks, some that are zombified a little, and cheap effects that are decently presented for what they are. 13 Hours, also known as Nightwolf, 2010. So this may be a great example of a monstrous werewolf. Wolf traits here are diluted, but an interesting and well done overall creation. Pretty original. Despicable Me, 2010. A very brief comedic scene here. Nonetheless an attractive stylistic design. Dylan Dog, Dead of Night, 2010. A modest good-looking wolfman here. A bit evocative of a lion or beast man. Going Postal, 2010. Looks like a quick CGI generic wolfie. Nothing catching, nothing tremendous. Half Moon, 2010. An obvious costume, but with nice werewolf features. Lupol du la Bête, also known as the Hair of the Beast, 2010. A lot of CGI involved with the werewolves here. Overall, I don't feel the general silhouette of the creature is that effective. Maybe longer wolf-like ears would have helped. Not bad, nor great. Lost Boys, The Thirst, 2010. Unfortunately, not much is shown here, just a hint. Let's see if a future movie reveals more, if there even will be one. Red, Werewolf Hunter, 2010. A fairly low-budget CGI werewolf here. It's not worse than any seen previously on this scale, nor than those still to come. At least the animation is decent. The Attack of the Indian Werewolf, 2010. Curly, tacky, totally artificial and cheap. Come on. The Boy Who Cried Wolf, 2010. It's always great to see a movie show a great passion for their wolfy work and design. I like the added characteristic such as her otherworldly blue eyes. Commendable, especially for a TV movie. The Twilight Saga, Eclipse, 2010. There doesn't seem to be any visual advancement with the werewolf forms here when comparing to the previous Twilight film. That's probably due to the work process's time frame being within the same period or shortly thereafter. The Wolfman, 2010. This remake of the classic Wolfman utilizing technology of today is simply a must-see. It is a revitalization done right, particularly on the Wolfmen. Great actors, awesome werewolves, packed with great force, digitigrate legs, and beastliness. Vampires Suck, 2010. This Twilight mockery doesn't feature much in relevance here, other than this chihuahua. Elfie, the Little Werewolf, 2011. Always interesting to see a pup creation. This one's obviously geared toward a younger audience, but nonetheless, not bad. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 2, 2011. We have a return of this character, Fenrir, who appears a little grimier than before, probably more so due to the context here rather than design update. Les Contes de la Nuit, also known as Tales of the Night, 2011. This is a simple stylistic animation of really just silhouettes. The supposed werewolf? Visually nothing very interesting. Lobos de Arga, also known as Game of Werewolves, 2011. Tons of beastly wolfmen and they look good. If you've never heard of this movie and you're a werewolf fan, then you have to see this. Again, not perfect, but great looking muscle mass packed monsters with crazy canines. Monster Brawl, 2011. A playful movie with an okay wolfman. I like the mane he's got going, but considering what the makeup has to go through, there just have to be limits to quality details. Red Riding Hood, 2011. Full, very big CGI wolf here with a bit of a wild, stylistic look to it that looks great. Very cool dark creature. The Howling Reborn, 2011. While some scenes take way too easy of a shortcut, the werewolf design and finish is pretty good. Now, as a modern horror, it has a theme that I'm not a fan of personally, and which is too common in scary movies, but as for the work that went into the monsters, I'd have to give it some praise, especially when comparing to some of the very weak or just strange efforts that went into the previous Howlings, which were all produced over 15 years prior. And I have to say, I simply love the aesthetics and the black and white conception, with the dark skin tone and white fur. Also, those eyes look great. The Night Shift, 2011. What is this, 1976? A bit of a nostalgic feel here for sure, but the work looks too dated and just uninspiring. I do like those ears though. The Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn Part 1, 2011. Just more of the big CGI wolfies that we've come to expect from the series. Nothing new. The Cabin in the Woods, 2011. An excellent werewolf here. I only have one gripe. We just don't see it enough. There's some great footage of it on the net, but if only we did have more of it in the film. Well done with this monster and many others in the film. Therion, 2011. An interesting short film, but in terms of monstrosities, there's nothing much here. Welcome to Hoxford, 2011. Another short film, although this one does feature quite the monster. Questionable whether actual lycanthrope, but it surely has a monstrous werewolf form. Pretty cool. Wolf Town, 2011. Another film that may have been added largely due to my generosity as it features highly intelligent wolves. More of one for you wolf fans out there. A Werewolf Boy, 2012. And with this title, we return to complete relevance. Nothing too monstrous here. Wolf Boy's appearance is very reminiscent of the Cats musical. Big Top Scooby-Doo, 2012. Actually, the conception was better than I expected. Sure, it's stylistic cartooning, but the werewolf is a good-looking werewolf. That's really all I could hope for here. Blood Moon, 2012. This werewolf feels familiar. It's certainly better than what I was expecting of this short. Again, with a $5,000 listed budget, if this wasn't a reused suit from, say, The Boy Who Cried Werewolf, then I really commend the work that went into this one. I'd only love to see more. Dark Shadows, 2012. Interesting mix of CGI and actress here. It's a nice balance, and a wolf girl looks good. Dense Fear Bloodline, 2012. Some inspiration here seems obvious, but taken as a whole, not bad, especially as far as design goes. Hotel Transylvania, 2012. Some cute and funny situations here with the numerous pups, a more animalistic approach rather than horrifying. Jack and Diane, 2012. The allegorical monster here is one of the craziest ones yet, and if it were to be classified as a werewolf, I'd certainly list it off as a monstrous werewolf. Love Bite, 2012. A good-sized wolfie here. Not necessarily on the edge of being shockingly frightening, but the CGI efforts were done well. Looks like it would be a fun pet to have. Okami Kodomo na Ametayuki, also known as Wolf Children, 2012. An anime featuring two wolf shapeshifters, presented within a family-friendly story. A film that may be appealing to the furry subculture. Strippers vs. Werewolves, 2012. Low budget, as the title leads on, there was actually a fair bit of effort that went into creating all the wolf men and women here. The Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn, Part 2, 2012. And once again, no obvious improvements in the giant wolves here, but it is nice to see the good variety of them. Underworld Awakening, 2012. The Lycans are looking great, as usual in this installment. And then you have this one, a giant hybrid. The look is nothing appalling, but it isn't very dazzling either. It's well done, and I would have preferred a bit more, sharp edges? Werewolf, The Beast Among Us, 2012. Excellent werewolf work here. Seeing again this great sort of conception, I would like to hear or read from you viewers. Would you prefer a tale on this beastie, or is it better off without one? Definitely one to include within the collection of top werewolf movies and top werewolves of movies ever. Battle Dogs, 2009. Be it good or bad, there's a bit of character to these four-legged or semi-four-legged beasties. They're fully CGI at times, looking pretty good quality-wise, at others mediocre. Evil Deeds 3, 2013. I hope it's not going to be getting any more low budget than this going forward. Feral, 2013. Okay, another low budget, but this one's a short film. Those are in a different category. The effects are meager and the amount slim. Hunger Unholy, 2013. It's okay for a several $1,000 budget. Tales of Fear, 2013. An almost generic Wolfman approach, nothing striking. The Third Man, 2013. A 15-minute comedic short featuring this werewolf costume and, well, this werewolf. It's stiff, but at least it does look more real than the protagonist's mask. By not much, though. The Last Exit, 2013. It's hard to find more from this film, but with a $5,000 budget, I'm sure we're not missing out on much. The Mortal Instruments, City of Bones, 2013. We have some wild stuff in this one, among which is this crazed CGI wolf form. I like that maw. There's also the hominid, more human type in the film. Whir, 2013. Now this one's a little different. The werewolf type here you could say is hominid or humanoid as far as the form, and there are bits there to spice it up a little for sure, but this film does it right. If you're open to seeing less of a monstrous or wolf-like werewolf, then this one comes recommended. Anselmi, the Young Werewolf, 2014. Nothing very monstrous to see in this Finnish production. Blood Moon, 2014. The werewolves are looking quite good in this one. Nice size too. Get your pitchforks ready. Bubba the Redneck Werewolf, 2014. Sure, a goofy concept and movie, but the Wolfman makeup is somewhat commendable. It's not 80s Teen Wolf level quality, but it's still acceptable. Having a Drink, 2014. Not a bad looking wolf person couple here. A modest approach but done with care.
I've had it up to here with all these.
Late Phases, 2014. Approaching a monstrous werewolf form here, meaning beyond looking like a human/wolf hybrid, the effort that went into work here is certainly respectable. Like the look or not, it's unique and you can clearly feel the amount of passion that went into this project. Monster High, Fright's Camera Action, 2014. A couple of characters here, primarily this one. A cutesy rendition, and beware, there will be more installments of Monster High. Nautri Anatoima, also known as When Animals Dream, 2014. As far as the supernatural form goes here, mostly human. Spring, 2014. An interesting film featuring something one would just not expect. A relating theme? Mostly just monstrous body changes, but it does deserve a mention. Torn, a shockumentary, 2014. Not much visible in this fake documentary. Werewolf Rising, 2014. We have a big, full fur-suited werewolf here with a face of terror. I think I like those long, pointy ears. Werewolf Terror, also known as Iron Wolf, 2014. A werewolf in quality similar to the previous one, though more wolfish in appearance. Not bad, at least we have movable jaws. Gotta have those mobile jaws. What We Do in the Shadows, 2014. A well-done, funny fake documentary on the lives of a group of vampires. The werewolves were surprisingly good. Seems the masks are single pieces, hence limited in function, but due to good filming timing, it's pretty unnoticeable. Even though the werewolf parts are brief, I believe many fans would appreciate the humor here. Check this movie out. Wolf Cop, 2014. Don't judge by the title here. It appears a lot of love went into this project. The makeup is done quite well and fits the character. During some scenes it seems to be a little lacking, but that happens when you have a full made-up character appear as often as he does throughout the movie. Leave it to Canada to make this somewhat comedic film. Wolves, 2014. Excellent practical wolf people here. This is how it should be done. The fur is laid out well and not at random, and I adore the bright streaks on the female here. Top notch. This one deserves a big audience howl for sure. A Werewolf in Slovenia, 2015. A werewolf mockumentary that features some weak, uninspired, quote-unquote footage. As Fabulas Negras, also known as The Black Fables, 2015. A really wild, almost demonic werewolf here. Quality isn't the best, but the conception is just fun to look at. I like the bodywork here. Crying Wolf 3D, 2015. Several werewolves here. The practical makeup isn't bad. It's a very wolfy approach, and where it lacks most is probably in realism, as an overall quality. But again, the efforts are not to be ignored. Dark Moon Rising, 2015. The wolfmen here are pretty sweet. The lighting during their scenes is limiting, so it's hard to nitpick here. Well done, Dark Moon Rising. Female werewolf, 2015. Apparently turning into a wolf form here or a hybrid, not sure. The film is full of terrible slowed down shots, not worth spending much time on. Freaks of Nature, 2015. A teen wolf here with a modest amount of FX done. Nothing terrible, but also nothing worthy of a great praise. Goosebumps, 2015. A respectable work of CGI on the werewolf in the suitable for all ages film. The overall conception works and I appreciate the details such as the ripped sneakers remaining on the upper portion of the feet. Also, I'm pleased to see how much screen time he got. Hotel Transylvania 2, 2015. Very slight improvement on the wolfies over the first installment here. Howl, 2015. Some people like them, some don't. The werewolves here are very ghoulish in appearance with legs being digitigrade in structure. The amount of work that went into the creatures here is undeniable, and so the production is first rate. It's refreshing seeing something high budget done differently while highly financed. A respectable risk. Monster High, Boo York, 2015. And here they are. If I were to classify, I would say hominid or barely more than. Open Season, Scared Silly, 2015. The werewolf in this family CGI flick looks kind of fantastic. I enjoy the exaggerated claws, size, and overall silhouette of him. It's nice to see how much work and passion went into the design. Huzzah! R.L. Stine's Monsterville, Cabinet of Souls, 2015. Nothing astounding here, the work for what it is well done, but then again, it isn't too much. SILVERHIDE, 2015. A British low-budget production, featuring quite the werewolf design. It's not first-class quality, but we do have a monster, not just makeup and contacts or mask, and I'm fine with that. Tokyo Grand, Guignol, 2015. A wolfman here, but other than decently done, there's nothing too memorable about him. The transformation on the other paw, yeah, viewer beware. Werewolves in Heat, 2015. Here we have a very humanoid hominid form. Dances with Werewolves, 2016. Some pretty cool wolf women here, nothing over the top though, or maybe not even near it. Little Dead Riding Hood, 2016. Design-wise, the big werewolf here is not bad. Where it falls short is the final render and animation. The body's surface lacks believability by being overly smooth with overall low-quality lighting. Add to this the rigid, unnatural motions and you have a monster that falls very short in awing the audience. Monster High. Welcome to Monster High, 2016. Again, the usual here, although it does appear the quality has been upped a bit. Over Time, 2016. An overall pretty good production. This Australian short features a wolfman design that, while not over the top, is captivating enough for what this is. I just want to see what happens next. She-Wolf Rising, 2016. The work's not bad. For Werbat. But I mean, look at the effects, even on her chest. Uncaged, 2016. An okay wolfman here. But by this point in the timeline, I yearn for more. Another Wolf Cop, 2017. Definitely some odd and adult stuff featured in this one, along with a female wolfie as well. Wolf Cop himself doesn't look much different from the first installment. Ultimately, the body hair could go through a bit of grooming in order to look better and more natural. As Boas Maneiras, also known as Good Manners, 2017. In this French-Brazilian film, we have a wolf boy. Not the first of such, but this movie does it well, and very interestingly. The CGI creation itself is good, but I wouldn't say extraordinary in being convincing, though I would like to see more to this one. Maybe some adult werewolves. The boy all grown up. Blood Red, 2017. The footage is brief and the werewolf, albeit more than just a costumed actor, still falls short of being believable and more so frightening. Obviously money was limited here, so I do appreciate the practical creation. Bone Hill Road, 2017. Some pretty awesome werewolf work in this one. The high points are more so on the design rather than overall quality. Look at the size of that noggin though. What a Halloween mask that would make. Carnivore, Werewolf in London, 2017. Similar in quality to the previous one, this werewolf is less believable. Lycan, 2017. A film utilizing living canines as the full wolf forms. Monster Family, 2017. A CGI movie that features this wolfy pup. A cute design, the tuft of hair on his head adds to the design's aesthetic and character. November, 2017. November features this full wolf shapeshifter form. The Monster Project, 2017, a found footage type film with quite a bit of craziness. The werewolf here looks very good, the filming style and intensity certainly adds to its demeanor. Underworld, Blood Wars, 2017. The lycans here seem a little lackluster. It could be us getting used to seeing them, or it could be due to some CGI takes of them in the movie. Whatever the case, this scene may just make up for that. And for more of the fans of the franchise, there's also this Lycan-Corvinus, strain hybrid in his enhanced form. Think I would have preferred more of the practical approach here. Werewolves of the Third Reich, 2017. Full werewolf or half? I'm certainly not impressed with the effects in this one. The outstanding eye ridges of these masks, to me, was a very poor choice, as it makes them look like just that. Face masks with open seams. Too bad. If applied better, they could have looked pretty decent. Zombilenium, 2017. Nothing outstanding in this French animated film, just this stylistically clean, brawny, suited wolfman. Alpha Wolf, 2018. Alright, it's 2018, and with a title like that, let's see what we get. Well, we have fully costumed wolfmen, although they're not totally believable, their makeup is pretty cool. To be honest, I was expecting a little more. Betsy, 2018. A partially crowdfunded film, which is cool, but clearly nothing visually stunning here, which is not cool. Hominid for the most part. Fang, 2018. Not believable, but an awesome mask to wear out on Halloween. Therefore, not a failure, but for films, especially in this decade, I'm expecting more. Much more. Goosebumps 2, Haunted Halloween, 2018. So the first Goosebumps featured a great CGI werewolf, but here he is even more crisp and looks overall awesome. Excellent CG work went into the beasties here. The work behind this werewolf certainly deserves at least a small round of howls. Hotel Transylvania 3, 2018. Just more of the same from this one, with overall quality upped a little. Lycanimator, 2018. Well, with a title like that, what did you really expect? For 2018, I sure did more, no matter the financing amount. Slice, 2018. A hominid / wolfman, boring and uninspired in appearance. The Snarling, 2018. Something a little better here with the actual werewolf, but still largely lacking in quality. Come on! Wildling, 2018. A bit of a different take here on the werewolf legend. Don't be expecting anything too monstrous here. Among the Shadows, 2019. And here we are, 2019. Make us proud. No, come on, no. High Moon, 2019. A TV movie with wolfmen that could have been created in the 80s, late 70s really. I wouldn't say they were done cheaply, but there is a reason a flick like this wouldn't be able to make it to the big screen. Monsterland 2, 2019. A respectable werewolf getup here, and being the final movie on the list, thank you. What a couple of decades these have been. Although 2019, as the final passing year on this list, couldn't make me proud, there were some excellent creations in this period that will honorably go down in history and stay relevant for werewolf fans for ages to come. Monsterites, it has been my great pleasure to host and share these with you. Check out the films that you think you'd like and give others a chance. You never know when you may find a hidden gem. As a final segment and year, I would like to explore possible films featuring werewolves coming in 2020. Take this list with a grain of salt, as not much detail has been provided on their production date or plot details. The horrific Evil Monsters, an upcoming small project that features this obviously costumed character, although still an alright design though. Benighted, The Ghoulie Boys, Shiver, In the Lost Lands, The Savage Beast, Miss Clark, Werewolf Scouts, The Skin Trade, An American Werewolf in London. We probably won't be seeing this remake in 2020, but let's keep updated on this one and hope that at least it will get produced fairly soon. What werewolf movie are you looking forward to seeing? What would you like to see done that hasn't been done yet? I urge you to watch some of the many werewolf videos on this channel, subscribe if you love monsters, give a like and click that bell for the efforts, and I'll see you in the next one.